Okay, guys, and I am back. Welcome to another one. I'm going to show you how. I guess I'm just kind of going to show you how rabbit holes go. So, as you know, most of you know I've been paying a lot attention to this case. I've been actually watching this trial from beginning to end every day that it's on, and I've been following this Johnny Depp Amber Heard shit for 2 years, probably closer to three. But anyway, so I stumbled on something. I'd seen everybody kind of like it called her like kind of like the Gone Girl. And I remember watching this movie, okay, years and years ago. But something in it didn't register with me as far as like I thought, oh, she's just some evil ex or whatever, right? I don't for whatever reason, I was like, I didn't really think that much of it, to be honest. And then, so here slides down this rabbit hole. And honestly, there's a couple of videos that I'm going to show you. I don't really have much to say during them. For copyright reasons, I'm going to try and stop and add a little something. But if somebody strikes me, they're going to have to strike me. Because the best thing I think I can bring you here is to show you kind of where this stuff led me. And hopefully the people that's the content won't care. To It's freaking disturbing. All right. So with that, I'm just going to start. Okay. Video one. Now look, 9 seconds in, it says Amber Heard catches herself breaking character, and this is Darth News, looks like. But it's very short, very quick, and I've seen some of these. Actually, I had some of them pulled, but they actually show up in this other video, so I don't need to play them for you. So, like, here's this, right?
Best of moods, you can hear.
Like, look at this. Where she's smiling at her attorney in like a freaking switch, and everybody's made the comments, and if you've been watching the trial, it's like she kind of like catches herself let loose a little bit or whatever, and the minute she thinks the camera's on her, it's like she's holding character, okay, which will come up later too. Watch.
Best of moods, you can hear. Uh, so
That's freaking anyway, okay, so that's a little crazy. So then I was like, all right, well, let me figure out what's going on with this Gone Girl movie, because I've seen it a couple places and I remembered watching it. And then I watched this today. Okay. Now listen, this video was done because trying to give everybody a shout out. Look, see, while I'm on screen, I even show you. Sub, like, the Vile Eye. Okay, did this in 2020, analyzing evil. Amy Doon from Gone Girl. Okay, so 10 minutes long. Just we're watching it. It's Sunday. Okay, it's movie day for us, folks. It's movie day over at Southern Take. We're gonna just come along.
Video will be focusing on Amy Dunn from the film Gone Girl,
Oh,
based on the
we got to turn this up. That's not loud enough. But that's why anybody watching that trial, by the way, get you your volume booster extension over here. You see me use this sometime. It is literally to boost your volume. Okay.
In this video, we'll be
See
focusing
if
on
it doesn't
Amy
work.
Dunn from the film
Turn it
Gone
off.
Girl, based on the
Turn it
novel of
back
the
on.
same name by
Oh,
Gillian
it
Flynn.
works.
Keep in mind that this video is purely based off of the film, and I won't be exploring the contents of the book at any point. I imagine this character represents some
Oh, hell, I didn't hear that part. There's a book. Oh, good grief. I wonder if whoever wrote it was writing it, under a fake name, if you get my point.
something so eerie and close to home for many people who've watched this film. And that's the thought that the woman, or man I trust more than anyone in the world, the person I know inside and out, who I've decided to spend my life with, and who I sleep next to every night, could have a monster hiding inside them. Nick Dunn is far from a perfect husband, and while his actions are inexcusable, the lengths Amy goes to seek her revenge are far outside the norm for any reasonable person to take. But why? Why is Amy the way she is? What clues and hints do we receive during the film to show us how this woman became who she is revealed to be on the inside? Here I'll be showing you the fuel that ignited the fire that is her psychopathy, and how it shaped her into the cold and calculating creature that she's become. It's implied through her diary entries that her development at a young age was heavily influenced and subsequently dampened by the shadow of Amazing Amy that hung over her head. Imagine this.
Okay, so in this one, it's going through the path of it was her childhood. If you know anything about this case with Amber Heard and her parents, it was really weird. There's that video of where Johnny Depp actually took her classic car and had what's his name? Something Foosh. He's a very famous like car designer or whatever, and they did that show where they would take cars from people, act like they were stolen or whatever, and they would upgrade them, do a lot of work on them, and then surprise the owner. They did that with her, Amber Heard, and she flipped out of him. It's like she was like yelling at him and stuff. Anyway, but yeah, her relation with her parents is kind of strained. I mean, they sided with Johnny Depp. I mean, there's the text messages back and forth, especially between her and her mother and Johnny Depp, where she's like, "I don't want y'all to split up. You know, you're my adopted son. I love you." Now, if this person's beat the teetotal shit out of your daughter, because remember, she said one of the first people she told was her mother, and she confided in her mother. I mean, would your mother, she know you're being abused, want you to stay with the guy? Anyway.
You're a child whose entire life is turned into a caricature your mother has created of you based on your failures. Whatever you fail at, the fictional version of yourself excels in. All the disappointment you feel at your failures is forever immortalized in images and words and books your mother creates, where the idealized version of you not only succeeds, but becomes a prodigy in their endeavors. It's easy to see how this could alter your perception of yourself, twisting your expectations into nothing short of perfection for anything and everything that you do, trying desperately to live up to impossible standards set by your own shortcomings. Amy's mother seems
I think that's, listen, what he says.
To live up to impossible standards set by your own shortcomings.
Live up to impossible standards set by your own shortcomings. Eh,
Amy's mother seems to be the center of this. A shallow wasp of a parent who pushes their child to the limit with little room for error. Her father seems supportive and caring at times, but he's really only an echo of his wife, who strives to keep her world in a perfect order that she has envisioned. Her father can be seen as the shoddy glue that holds Amy and her mother together, the supportive bond that tries to keep his daughter happy while also bending to his wife's will. This is one of...
Now, to be fair here, some of that, when he said that, I did think of Johnny Depp. And not in this way, but in the way of his childhood, where it was like his father was the one that was the kind person that was trying to hold, it seemed like he was the one trying to hold everything together by taking the brunt of his mother's aggressions. But I think Johnny did the exact opposite of what it seems like she may have done, is where he ran and hid, where she built up this desire to freaking throw blows. Do you know what I mean? Because there's fight or flight, right? I think Johnny chose flight and she chose fight. Maybe it's just my theory here.
One of the ingredients for the perfect storm, coupled with some underlying mental issues of her own, which she either developed or was born with, to make Amy into this hidden nightmare for anyone who crosses her path.
Well, that's
on the outside, she is amazing Amy. She seems to be the perfect woman. Beautiful, intelligent, charming, charismatic. But on the inside, she harbors intense insecurities, the need for control, and a warped set of standards to live up to. Another key detail that we receive is that Amy always has her nose in a book, which is certainly not...
Holy shit. If you don't know anything about what she talks about herself, and where she even got mad at like the Jason Momoa from Aquaman, because she said that and maybe this is why he followed Johnny Depp on Instagram, her, because she was freaking anyway. But she said that he would mess with her books, or like ripping pages out of her books when she would get to the end of it, would frustrate or whatever. How much she reads on set and is always reading a book. And so when he said this, I was just like, this is why I decided to shoot this video. I was like, have many people have seen this that are following the Depp stuff? Because this is freaking eerie. It just is.
Not a bad thing. But for Amy, we can assume that part of the reason she's constantly reading is because she strives to live in a world of perfection which only fantasies can truly provide. An indication of this, especially when it comes to her love life, is when her and Nick are in a bookstore in a flashback and she hides one of the clues for their anniversary hunt in a Jane Austen book. Here, Nick makes a comment about how she must have been an alienated teen which only Elizabeth Bennet understood. This is a very subtle detail, but it reflects her want and need to create her love life into the perfect image of idealized romance and passion that is portrayed in these books. A terrible desperation that she's been developing throughout her entire life. Another troubling detail we receive early on is the fact that Amy doesn't have any real friends. the only one that we get to see being the neighbor that she's manipulated into being best friends with her. So
And then think about how her relationship is with her sister, and what her sister told her employer, that when she went stayed over at her house, that she was more scared of that Amber Heard was going to hurt Johnny Depp, and she wrote that in her deposition. And then it'll come up, I think, in this next video, where her own sister, she was shooting this reality show, and she talked about how basically Amber would beat the crap out of her. But I'll let that play. Allegedly, I ain't trying to have old Eva Barlow come after my channel, even though they seems like people on her team want to throw around flyers in the parking lot, at the courthouse. Oh, and by the way, their argument being freedom of speech, I find that ironic.
the only one that we get to see being the neighbor that she's manipulated into being best friends with her, so she could put on a front for the media and the police about the fictitious life she's created in her diary
Think
and through
about
her
that.
actions in the film. However, she's incredibly capable when it comes to social interaction, and she's able to charm others into believing the facade she's put on. Her only true close interactions with other people seem to be with her lovers, whom she doesn't seek out for their person in particular, but who have just enough baseline traits that give her the unmolded clay.
The only thing I would replace there is they have just enough clout and known to be able to help boost her career that she so desperately wants. But that's just me.
Person in particular, but who have just enough baseline traits that give her the unmolded clay she needs to shape them into the man of her dreams. The lovers that we learn about that came before Nick both have different, but at the same time similar experiences with Amy to the ordeal she is currently putting Nick through. Both are being described as being harmful to Amy in different ways. Desi is painted as a stalker who's been hounding.
Now, this is going to get freaking weird when it comes to this guy that he sits down at the table with and what she accused him of. Hold on to your bootstraps, folks, because we're going deep.
Amy for years, a creep who just can't get over her and won't leave her alone. Tommy was convicted of raping Amy after a drunken night and has been shunned by the general public for his actions. In the case of Desi, it's later seen that he seems to be unaware of the labels she has attached to him, his only comment about their previous relationship being that she kept him on a leash. With Tommy, however, he knows for certain that he was framed and that he didn't rape her. When Nick goes to Tommy, he learns that Amy was very controlling with Tommy and tried to mold him into the man she wanted him to be. Sound familiar? Tommy cites ties that
Yes, it does.
she bought for him, ties he didn't want to wear. She subsequently used those very same ties as evidence to implicate Tommy in her supposed rape. Now let's go back to Nick. For the treasure hunt she set up for their anniversary, the breadcrumbs she's placed along the way are laced with hints toward his infidelities. While infidelity is much more extreme than simply refusing some ties your girlfriend has bought for you, these two things are important in establishing something crucial to Amy's mentality. Everything is personal. Every little last thing. From the ties you wouldn't wear, to the laziness you show, to the infidelities you commit. Some are undoubtedly more deserving of a personal vendetta, but in her twisted mind, this leads her down a path that few tread. The path of ultimate and intensely personal revenge that she dishes out to Tommy and then to Nick. Now let's break down the plan she has for Nick. First, she takes an extraordinary amount of time and attention to detail to put her plan into action.
An extraordinary amount of time and detail to put her plan into action. And just remember, this woman was taking pictures and recording this man right not long after they started dating. Think of all the audio files that we have. I believe it was a phone or some kind of recording device she planted after the night when his finger was cut off, that she put down there, and I don't know where she stuck it, something so she could record everything they were saying. The picture she took where he dropped the ice cream. Like, if you're in love with somebody, come on now. If you're in love with somebody, you're in your relationship with somebody and they get fucked up, is the first thing you think to do is to whip out your phone and take a picture of them in the most embarrassing position? No, you're like, oh shit. You grab the ice cream, you get a towel, you wipe some stuff up, you try to coax him awake. Come on, babe. You need to go lay down in bed. Let's get you into bed. That's what the fuck you do. You don't take evidential pictures. You don't take pictures. And then she said something eerie in those tapes I played before too, where she said, you think people are going to believe? that I've bbeen staging all this, doing all this for 3 years. That I've had this plan. It's like, ooh, yeah, I do. You know, anyway.
First, she takes an extraordinary amount of time and attention to detail to put her plan into action. Months and months of planning are put into her scheme. She cultivates relationships, creates fantasies through her diary entries, and hard evidence through financial records and DNA to implicate Nick as an abusive, careless, lazy, cheating husband who snapped and finally killed his wife. The elaborate treasure hunt she set up for Nick is designed to mock and degrade him at every turn. From the panties in
Mock and degrade, check.
his office to the Punch and Judy puppets in the shed, she's doing her best to pick at his psyche and break him down mentally as she cultivates this false image of her husband. All this work she does culminates in her drawing her own blood, staging her own murder, and then planning to kill herself and send her husband to death row.
Here, that's in the kitchen. Ah, where did that lose his finger? And then that place where he left, and when the cops came, they didn't see anything. And then somehow all of a sudden some pictures showed up where glass was everywhere and shit was thrown around.
When the media has devoured
But the cops didn't see anything. You know, whatever.
Nick and broken him into an image of a disgusting subhuman husband who deserves what's coming to him. Let me repeat that last part of her plan. She's going to kill herself to put her husband in prison. How far gone does your mind have to be to take revenge to this extreme level? She's willing to take her own life for the ultimate revenge. In her mind, his absence of perfection and then unwillingness to transform into the man she's dreamed he would be, coupled with his past transgressions, have pushed her already fragile mind to this dark ultimatum.
I'm sorry, but I think certain persons have way too big of egos and are too narcissistic to think they should rob the world of their excellence. I don't think that person has that problem.
Towards the back end of the film, we find her being rescued by Desi, manipulating yet another person in order to now shield her from the fallout of
Elon, is that you?
the mess she's made. She then hatches a new plan, a cold and calculated mission to frame Desi as a kidnapper
I need you to drive to the sperm bank and give up some of your jizzies. We're going to freeze those, and I'm going to hold this hostage later. Hee hee. Bye, babe.
and a rapist, using her past accusations against him and the footage she creates on his home security system as near foolproof evidence. She once again maims herself, tying strings around her wrists until they bruise, and even goes so far as to violate herself with a bottle to show force
Or make sure that one of those friends you cultivate is a makeup artist.
penetration. She kills a man who had nothing but love for her to save her own skin. And to top it off, her expression throughout his death is plain and void of emotion. This scene in particular shows more than anything
Plain and void of emotion. Anybody seen her facial expressions in the court? Same one?
her view of humans. Their playthings and tools to be used to further her own ends, which she uses wantonly without any regard for anyone but herself.
By the way, YouTube, this is a movie. That's freaking corn syrup. Spare me a little.
Now, the end of the film truly reveals the utter depravity of Amy Dunn. Upon returning home, she successfully convinces most of the people in her community and the media that she is nothing but a victim and that she has returned home to forgive her husband and try to fix their marriage.
That was a dog turd in the bed, honey. I swear I didn't deuce on the sheets.
We're taken for a ride in these last moments. Surely Nick won't stay with her.
Elon,
There's no
put it down.
possible way
Look, Elon, I got you present.
anyone could forgive her for what she's done, or live in the same house with a monster like that. But, like everything else, Amy has a contingency plan for this new reality she finds herself in. Earlier in the film, we are given a small detail stating that Nick had some semen stored at a fertility clinic. Amy uses this semen to impregnate herself, thereby trapping Nick into staying with her. Using the thought of abandoning his child,
What is Elon Musk think? Isn't he the world's richest man? I'm just sorry. The outbursts. Just call it verbal diarrhea. I apologize.
and leaving them with a monster to keep him in check. She's done it. Amy Dunn has, through a series of strange and disturbing events, trapped a man into being her ideal husband. trapped a man into a world where she has finally transcended her limits and become what she's always wanted to be. The real amazing Amy. So, after all this,
Holy
what do we
shit.
have? We have a neglected and berated child who has been transformed into a narcissistic, cunning, obsessive monster that seeks to manipulate the people around her to create a perfect world she envisions in her own mind.
Let me just, I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that. I just want to hear that one more time. I apologize. I apologize.
Has been transformed into a narcissistic, cunning, obsessive monster that seeks to manipulate the people around her to create a perfect world she envisions in her own mind. Much like the perfect world and perfect daughter her mother created in her Amazing Amy books. In the end, Amy Dunn is the very definition of a psychopath, and perhaps one of the most terrifying and impressive villains ever to appear in cinema. I hope you all have enjoyed this episode. Please leave a comment below suggesting who you'd like to be featured.
And do that, even if you don't go watch it with me. If you would go like that video for that guy or whatever, it was, I think that was really well done. And it freaking, I'm telling you, when I watched this, because I was researching this, I'd seen this reference a few times. I was like, well, let me go refresh my memory what this freaking movie's about. Okay. So in doing that, ready? Remember it's Sunday, movie day. Pull up your popcorn in your chair. Here's the next one. Okay. This one's actually pointed in that direction. Done a year ago. Oh, by is that Jador Death? Listen, I'm Southern. Okay, so I would have said, I don't know. Anyway, Jador Death. If I screw up names, that's just how it is. Your name ain't Bobby or Jimbo or whatever. I'm liable to screw it up. So anyway, so look, Gone Girl said, look, so somebody had done this a year ago. I want you to, after just keep what we watched in mind. Now this dude even goes a little bit further and kind of ties them together. Pause it right now. Go get your popcorn. This thing's 26 minutes long. Here we go. That's freaking freaky, man. It's freaky. She's, listen, this is all the things that she's admitted to in court. Of course, she wouldn't admit to any of this shit. Because a narcissistic kind of person is not going. That's the definition of not labeling yourself as that very thing that you are. Anyway, freaking freaky. Look, this is okay. Part of the Johnny Depp's court document witness statement. By the way, that iFod.net, it's iFod. I think iFod.net. Is a really good resource to catch up on all this stuff. But fundamentally, the signs that Miss Heard began to demonstrate then became the full and developed aspects of her character that I came to know during the incredibly unhappy time we were together. She is a calculating, diagnosed borderline personality. She is sociopathic. She is a narcissist, and she is completely emotionally dishonest. I'm now convinced that she came into my life to take from me anything worth taking and then destroy what remained of it. Indeed, later in our relationship, when we sought the help of a marriage counselor, the marriage counselor confirmed to me that Miss Heard had a borderline toxic narcissistic personality disorder and is a sociopath. It was further explained to me that Mrs. Heard's projection of emotions is extremely exaggerated. She will always overreact, and she simply cannot be wrong in any circumstances. She invariably accuses other people of the bad things she herself has done. The same has been said to me by my private doctor, David Kipper. And I pause it because I think it goes pretty fast with that up on the screen. But that was his witness statement. And then this right here is this is the judge. It's in the UK, by the way. By the way, in the UK, let's just get this clear for all the especially for the E. Barlows that like to tweet shit out that's wrong. In the UK, Johnny Depp wasn't suing Amber Heard. He sued the newspaper that had wrote an article that called him a wife beater. Okay, he didn't sue her, so she was limited in what she said. They couldn't use any like evidence say against her. So is that shit they put out there in the parking lot that said she's already won a case? Which case is that? Anybody down in the comments want to tell me what case she's already won? Because she wasn't being sued over there. Anyway, the justice says I was talking, you already read that. Clients admit to the history of anxiety, eating disorder, ADHD, bipolar, codependency issues, and occasional insomnia. Have I got that? They've got that right sentence. That is right, Mrs. Laws. It's an attorney. That is right. Yes. Justice Knowles, were those observations correct or incorrect? The witness, they are incorrect. Amber Heard's denial. She denies it.
Yeah. She only usually takes 25. You okay with 50?
If you don't, this is right after the finger got cut off. This is in Australia. After that happened, she's the one that actually placed this recording device down there to listen in on what they were saying. Johnny's, of course, not there. He goes to the hospital shortly. I think it did take him a couple hours to get to the hospital for whatever reason. And his finger had been severed. They've been looking around for the tip of the finger. And so this is that. Now, this is his Dr. Kipper, and this is the nurse, 24-hour like RN that's been assigned to him as well. I think this is Debbie Lloyd right here. And of course, there's Amber Heard. And then they're talking about medicating her because she's like acting like, you know, whatever. You can hear it yourself. She's a little bit low because she's upstairs, and they're downstairs in the kitchen.
Oh, the Sarah?
Yeah.
I'd be okay with 100, but here's 50.
And so again, think about it. You drop down. She was trying to say that audio device was for her own benefit. She's upstairs. That's why you can barely hear her. She's put it down there to listen on this conversation. Paranoid. Yeah. Pull up the chair. This is a trip, I'm telling you.
Stage your crime scene with just enough mistakes to raise the specter of doubt. You need to bleed. A lot. A lot, a lot. A head wound kind of bleed. A crime scene kind of bleed. You need to clean, poorly, like he would. Clean and bleed, bleed and clean. And leave a little something behind.
If you don't know this is the picture they actually took. There's a lot more pictures, by the way. This is a picture that supposedly took that was I think like they said blood was on or something. And they rehung the damn thing. It said, look, it's perfect 90-degree angle. But they took this as evidence. Like, remember, by the way, in this scenario, he's supposed to take this mega bottle of wine to be slinging it around like freaking a Viking with a ball and chain, like flailing it around everywhere. But this is evidence, people. This perfectly placed picture. If you didn't know, this is evidence.
A fire in July. And because you're you don't stop there.
Quick question. What exactly did Johnny break in the hallway? Amber claims he smashed a second bottle of wine in the hall, and Raquel claims he was breaking things in the hallway, but here's a picture of the hallway while standing in the doorway of Condo 3. You see what I see? That's right. Nothing. These hallways are empty, devoid of anything to break. Sure, Amber says he went in the hall apparently with a wine bottle in hand and smashed it before going into Condo 5. Then why is this the only hallway picture among the court-submitted pictures? No broken glass, nothing but spilled wine. According to Amber and Raquel, Johnny used a Magnum.
There it is. Those are some of the images. By the
broken
way,
glass,
another massive
nothing
shout
but
out.
spilled wine.
By the way, another massive shout out to Incredibly Average. You've seen me play his videos. He gave me permission a couple years ago to play him in the entirety, but I've waited because I was really hoping he'd put out another one. Again, this dude deserves so much credit. He was so dedicated. He sat down and meticulously recreated the penthouse drawings. Like literally, they look like an architect did them. He did that himself. Go look at him on Twitter. They're pinned at the top of his page. He did that. But yeah, these are the pictures.
According to Amber and Raquel, Johnny
There's the picture. This is what they said it looked like. Look, weird how in that movie Gone Girl, though, even the damn wood floorings look the same. But anyway, so here's the glass and here's the wine spot. This is like a rug that looks like it's been flipped over. But somehow the glass ended up on this side. And remember, 2 sets of cops came down this hallway and said they observed nothing. There was nothing out of place. They didn't see anything like glass, whatever. Anyway,
used a magnum size
and they went to the apartment and saw none of that shit you just saw. The cops.
bottle to smash everything he could. Raquel would even add that wine was going all over the walls, floors, and furniture, yet the only pictures we have are a wine spill in the hall and on a hardwood floor with an overturned, unbroken bottle, a broken picture frame that they apparently took the time to hang back up at a perfect 90-degree angle before taking a picture of it. 1, I'm questioning when exactly some of these could have been taken, and 2, where.
You need a diary. Minimum 300 entries on the Nick and Amy story. Start with the
Remember the evidence of the emails that she wrote and never sent? Maybe we should go into those one day. She wrote emails and never sent them. Sounds kind of like a diary. Just saying.
fairy tale early days. Those are true, and they're crucial. You want Nick and Amy to be likable. After that, you invent. The spending, the abuse, the fear, the threat of violence. And if I get everything right, the world will hate Nick for killing his beautiful, pregnant wife.
A social media campaign is calling on ticket buyers to boycott a Monday night concert by Depp's rock band, the Hollywood Vampires, in Stockholm, Sweden's The Local is reporting.
However, fans have called for a recasting of the role, as Depp's then-wife, Amber Heard, accused him of emotionally and physically abusive behavior.
Anger, outrage.
And I want you to remember that she tried to say that article, that op-ed piece that she wrote didn't do anything. Nobody would have known that was Johnny Depp. She didn't write his name in there. She didn't put anything about his name in there.
Accused him of emotionally and physically abusive behavior.
Anger, outrage, accused of glamorizing domestic abuse. The backlash came hard and fast when Johnny Depp's exclusive British GQ cover story dropped. Even fellow journalists quickly expressed their disbelief. Can't believe I have to say this, British GQ, but being accused of domestic violence does not make you cool. Stop dramatizing his behavior as though he's some sort of misunderstood hero. He's not.
The hashtag I'm with Amber trends.
Well, it ain't trending now.
For this anniversary, I've arranged a trip. Follow the river, up, up, up. Sit back and relax, because you are done. What's up, up river?
Up the river. Prison.
Fucking crazy, bitch.
That's what this is. She's framing me for her murder.
You married a complete psychopath.
The morning of our anniversary, I was gonna ask her for a divorce. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't fake it for another year, another day.
And what happened?
Before I could say anything, she said, I need you to go somewhere and really think about our marriage. She knew I would go to Sawyer Beach.
She'd had no alibi.
She stage managed me. She knew exactly what I would do, and I fucking did it. I went to the beach, I thought about our marriage, I came back and decided I wanted a divorce.
By the time you got home,
she was gone.
After the party, Miss Heard, or possibly one of her friends, defecated in our shared bed, Depp's statement read, according to reports from Page 6. On 12 May 2016, Miss Heard confessed to our estate manager, Kevin Murphy, that leaving the feces in the bed had been just a harmless prank, thereby effectively acknowledging that she had been responsible, whereas she had previously sought to blame our dogs. During Depp
Blame their dogs, meaning 4-pound teacup Yorkshire Terriers. Okay, I have an 8-pound Shih Tzu. An 8-pound. He's twice as big as those dogs. You ain't mistaking his turd for a human turd. You ain't mistaking his turd for a 10-year-old's turd, okay? And he's 8 pounds.
Depp's witness testimony on Friday, the actor claimed that the incident was what spurred him to leave Amber, not the other way around. It was not left by a 3 or 4 pound dog. I was convinced that it was either Miss Heard herself or one of her cohorts involved in leaving human feces on the bed. I wanted nothing to do with her. I thought that was an oddly fitting end to the relationship.
And if you didn't watch my previous video where I said, she said, who's going to believe you? And I did XQC and then Asmongold. Asmongold said that something I had come to the conclusion of was like something about her shitting in their bed was like the stick that broke the camel's back. Like even after all the stuff that had happened in this marriage, you know, all the verbal stuff, the physical stuff, like he had stuck it out. They, you know, they had stayed together. But after she dropped that load in the bed, like that, like Asmongold said, that's when he knew how thinks he knows that's just how crazy she really fucking was. Like, damn, this bitch is crazy. And he said that's probably the best thing she could have ever done for him was when she dropped that turd in the bed. Was the best thing she could ever done with that, because that's when he realized like, this ain't no helping this.
Grown-ups work for things. Grown-ups pay. Grown-ups suffer consequences.
Now, Sarah, though, I'm going to go to you first. You saw Amber on the day she filed for divorce, 2 days after this alleged phone incident. Tell me what you saw.
Correct. I happen to live in the building where Amber Heard was living with Johnny Depp, and she currently continues to live. She's had multiple contacts with various people who work in the building, face-to-face with no makeup on. I know that she did for a fact on Monday, the day she filed for divorce, and on Wednesday, 5 days after the incident, and 2 days before she sought the restraining order, and there were no marks on her face.
That's the strangest of her left arm, which Debbie told me about. I've looked at it, and I've seen more strangers before in other people, and it's more than considered just self-inflicted. I'm convinced about it, self-inflicted. At the moment, I'm working with the devil, calm as laid down.
And if you remember, that's what Johnny said, that it was like he would do things to just calm her down and get complacent, like be complacent, just because it didn't help to try and argue with her. And this was his head of security for like over 20 years, that he passed away a couple of years ago to cancer, by the way.
At the moment, I'm working with the devil, calm as laid down.
I feel sick. It's so bizarre. It seems like the kind of thing that would happen to Amy. She always attracts these
Drama? You can say it. It's just me and you.
Amber Heard officially charged in Australia. The actress is facing 2 counts over illegally importing her and Johnny Depp's pups, 2 Yorkshire Terriers, into the country. She is also charged with producing a false document.
Which, by the way, she tried to then turn around and blame Johnny Depp and say that it was his entourage that was supposed to do the paperwork or whatever, when it later came out that that's probably one of the reasons why someone quit that worked around her. I think because she was trying to get them to lie on documents and say that, you know, they didn't know or that they had done this or that. And it's in the papers that, you know, she, like that Kate lady that was her assistant, they even brought up trying to like contact her and have her write up something, but because she had fired her, it's like, I don't think that's a good, you know, I don't think she's going to do it. Like it's all out there. It's all out there. She knew exactly what she was doing when she brought those dogs into the country. But this woman thought she was sick. She's so above the law or whatever, she could just get away with doing it. She about got those 2 dogs killed in Australia.
Just because I don't like to be around Amy doesn't mean I don't care about her.
One has to get through this moment of how would you let me down by telling Christopher I can't go past that program. And I said, I did, because I'm open-minded. I'm open-minded. I'll be honest with you, she knows exactly what she's doing. She knows exactly what she's doing. No, I'm saying Amber, she does. She's not a fool.
Now, this is this is another weird thing, okay? Of what they're going to bring up, these 911 calls. 2 people made 911 calls that day or that night. That Raquel Pennington, which was one of Amber's friends that was there in the same building, because remember, these people were living off Johnny Depp rent-free. And then Io Tillich Roth, who was, I believe, in New York City at the time, that also called 911. And I believe it was like 30 minutes in between these phone calls or around about it. But they never brought up one of the, like, they forgot to mention, some of this stuff in court. I wonder, or whatever they were in UK, I wonder why, when they were giving their statements, they forgot to tell you that cops came. I don't know. Oh, and another thing, real quick. Just think now, if one of your best, closest friends is calling 911 because they think your husband or boyfriend or whatever is beating the shit out of you, and then you act so try to remain so anonymous. Won't even give him her name, his name, don't want to give him your name. Like the 911 operator had to drag it out of it. We have that whole thing on tape too, by the way. I'm sure you can find it, or I can play it. Just let me know below. I mean, it is weird. Your best friend don't call the cops for you and then not even tell them their name or your name or whatever.
I'd like to report some strange activity near the woodshed on the property of one Margot Dunn.
How do you know this is going on, though? She told me. Oh, okay, so this is a friend of yours? Yeah. Okay, so what did she say, that this guy was assaulted her or hit her?
Physically assaulting her, yes.
Okay, but this isn't a boyfriend or anything like that?
Yes, it could be, yes.
And this isn't a boyfriend or anything? Yes, it could be. Like, what? If this doesn't add up to there's something going on, there's some shady shit happening, you don't look no further than these 911 calls it's made. Something is up when you won't even tell them what the hell it is. Who she had to drag her name out of her. Is it her boyfriend? I think it is.
Okay, is it her boyfriend? Yes or no?
See?
Yes. What's her name?
Her name, Amber. That's all I can tell you. I have to go.
That's all I can tell you. I have to go. She lived in the same building, and then they testified like she was in the freaking room with her. She was there with her, next to her. But she can't tell you nothing? She was there when the cops showed up. In the
Last
room.
week, I threatened to leave, and he said he'd find me, and he'd kill me.
Listen, Elon. Listen, Elon. He said he would find me and he would kill me. Well, I'm happy to engage in 24/7 security for you if you'd like. It would be utterly confidential. Remember that word utterly right there. I'm telling you, this shit's eerie. That word utterly.
So I disappeared. I lost the baby. I couldn't even tell my parents. I'm so ashamed and I'm so afraid.
Well, he is looking for you. He showed up on my doorstep 3 days ago. He tracked me from my letters to you. You saved him.
Knowing you were out there was the only thing that's kept me going these past few years.
Let's go to the police. You can explain
No,
everything.
I can't turn up now. I'd be a pariah. Everyone would hate me. Is it wrong to want Nick to go to prison?
He should go to prison for what he's done. I'm setting you up at my lake house. It's utterly secluded.
Amber Heard saying she had no...
Freaking creepy, right? Okay, I'm setting you up in my lake house. I'm setting you up with I'll set you up with 24-hour security. It's utterly secluded. It's utterly confidential. Like, this is like, I'm telling you, man. If there's not a wormhole out there somewhere, I'm starting to believe there's a wormhole. Black hole, whatever you call it. Mandela effect, that shit's real.
...other relationship whilst with Johnny Depp. But in text messages between her and SpaceX boss Elon Musk, he offered her 24/7 security. He said It only matters because I really like you.
It's hard for me. After so many years under someone's thumb. I understand what you're saying, Dizzy.
I remember what she tried to also say was that he wouldn't let her hang out with her friends. He hovered over her life and all this other shit. He moved in her sister and let her one of her best friends, that Raquel, move in, and then move in her damn boyfriend into his building. But he was trying to keep her away from everybody. Brought her parents out to his island and shit, and they hung out all the time out there, but he was secluding her.
I do.
It's fucking eerie, folks.
I've been so mistreated for so long. I've forgotten how to behave.
I hate that he hates me. I hate that I'm the one that has to go I hate that
First, it's I hate that he hates me. Listen to shit. I hate that he hates me. Then she immediately makes it about herself. I hate that I'm the one that has to deal with all the hurt. She don't hate that I'm the one that has to deal. His finger just got chopped off. I think that shit hurts. I'm the element that sets him off. Doesn't matter that it was hurling shit at his head. I just set him off. I'm over here crocheting in the corner, and he just flips the hell out. I don't know what happened. No. Mm-mm. Now, why would you feel like you're not? Remember, this is after his finger's been chopped off. Why would she say, I feel like I'm not going to get him back, if now she's in court trying to portray that this night she was the victim? She remember she'd been drugged through glass, and all kinds of shit she tried to say happened that night. But she's the one sitting here not getting, there's a doctor and a nurse there. She's not getting any medical attention. Nobody sees any cuts, scratches, bruises, marks, whatever on her. And she's the one saying she's scared she's not going to get him back. But yet she's told it now, her story is that night was hell for her and she was the victim. Yep. It's not about his finger. Remember, I shipped all my stuff. Well, while you were shipping it, did you happen to open up your bag and find the tip of a finger?
We've seen dozens of home invasions.
Dozens and dozens.
This area right here, it looked wrong.
I will tell you, this is the one part of the movie that made me want to rewatch this movie. Okay. And I cannot remember this actress name to save my life, but this is the one part where she does this shit. And I'm like, I kind of want to watch it. And it's not because of Ben Affleck or the other lady. It's because of this woman right here. She's been in several movies and I need to know her name. Because what she does here is hilarious. And it's so funny, but it's so dead on the mark.
Wrong from the second we saw it. Whole thing looked staged. I mean, watch this. And yet they remained upright throughout this life and death struggle.
I don't know.
I'll forgive her for her shitty Southern accent. Okay. I'm just going to tell you, people from the South, we can recognize that shit from a mile away. Just saying.
She put in pictures in her restraining order documents of like broken glass. Like he threw a bottle, according to her, and it smashed everywhere.
Oh, and by the way, how times are changing. All TMZ's now reporting on it looked all kind of weird, faked or whatever. Remember, TMZ's the one that released that video that happened in the kitchen when he was slamming cabinets, and they cut off the end after he flung the phone, where she goes and picks it up and starts snickered laughs and then starts smiling like, she knew what was happening.
Broken glass. No. She put in pictures in her restraining order documents of like broken glass. Like he threw a bottle, according to her, and it smashed everywhere.
The cops say they saw nothing.
They said that none of that was there, and they actually were inside the apartment.
And the bodyguards say that too.
It's mind blowing that.
Well, Mike, you know the implication, right? The implication is she said, "I'll get him." And she broke the glass and she hit herself with the iPhone.
The bottle, yeah. They make sure we got that bottle, you know. Yeah, it's right there. Hello, Mr. Franco. How you doing? Oh, no, there's a camera right there. Keep your head this way. Come on, back up, back up. Back that thing up. I'm gonna lay my head right here. We're just friends. Put your head right here. Well, we'll be more friends in a minute. This is the see, like I said, look what it says. John, the 2016, a heavily edited video of Amber secretly recording Johnny was leaked to TMZ and attempted to smear him. This is the one where they didn't play the rest of it. They cut off the end of it. Motherfucker. And if you're watching the trial too, you see this cup she's holding? This cup she always used was his team, and I think it's called Infinity or Infinite or something like that. Now, see this cup in her hand? She's always drinking out of it. This is a cup that was also in the staged photo with the just miraculously staged photo with the 4 lines of coke, the purse that had the Keith Richards. No, is it? Probably said that wrong. Not great with band names. Oh God, the guy, the band that Johnny was going to go, the lead singer that he was going to go hang out with, his CD was just so pleasantly placed on top of that said little purse looking thing, and then there was that damn cup in the damn picture, and then the other one with the 4 massive bags of freaking pot. Guess what was sitting next to the massive bags of pot? That damn cup. But they're using it in the trial to be like it was Johnny. Oh, Johnny, look at all this weed. That's your weed, isn't it? Your pothead, huh? Because pothead equals, violence. Yeah, we are. Yeah, sure. Newsflash, lawyers. Pot don't normally make you freaking violent. Pot makes you either want to pass out or eat a big bag of fucking Doritos. And when you're driving, 25 miles an hour, you feel like you're going 70, 75. Okay, that's what pot does to you.
What happened?
Trying to be careful with this volume. Some of this shit's loud and it's not. Yeah, see, she keeps trying to hide. Look, she stands right in front of it because he turns. She's trying to hide that camera. Look at her. Yeah, well, she is because when he finds it, what happens? Yep, let me get that for the. And if memory serves me, I think we could try to track this video back to where I think this is when he found out that his management team, like his accountant or whatever, somehow had miraculously misplaced like $600 million of his.
Nothing happened this morning, you know that?
Were you in here?
No.
So then nothing happened to you this morning?
Yeah, you're right. I just woke up and you were so sweet and nice. We were not even fighting this morning. All I did was say sorry.
Did something happen to you this morning? I don't think so.
No, that's the thing.
You want to see crazy? I'll give you fucking crazy.
Look, see right there. She tries to hide it again. She shifts the camera over, thinks she's gonna get him over here.
Oh, you're crazy.
She puts her cup.
Oh, you're crazy.
Have you drunk this whole thing this morning?
What?
Oh, you got this going. You got this going?
I just started it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Really?
Now you'll listen. She'll go, huh?
See that shit on me?
No, I didn't. You were smashing shit.
Oh, bye.
Remember, this is somebody that's supposed to be in fear for their life. Y'all scared to death of him. So scared they're gonna set up secret recording and stick around and hang out. Yeah, okay.
Shall I read the last entry?
Sure.
This man may kill me. In her own words, this man may kill me.
It's kind of a convenient endnote.
Some incidents were so severe that I was afraid he was going to kill me, either intentionally or just by losing control and going too far. He explicitly threatened to kill me many times, especially later in our relationship.
An email which was written by Ms. Heard and never sent was also read out.
Again, think about that. An email that was written that never sent. And she just said that that was an entry in the journal. I told you that's the similarities, y'all, are freaking freaky.
It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, she wrote. Half of you I love madly, the other half scares me.
It's freaking trick.
She's on fairly heavy painkillers.
It's okay. I want to help.
Ms. Dunn, I know what you've been through, so we'll keep this very brief. Can you walk us through what happened?
That morning, the doorbell rang. So normal. I opened the door. He pushed inside. And he grabbed me. But I got away and ran to the kitchen. And he clubbed me. I collapsed.
That club was actually the handle to a Punch and Judy puppet.
Right.
He was trying to get into the door. I was trying into the room. I was trying to escape in. He pushed the door into me, and I was trying to hit him by getting him out of the door to stay in the room.
Treasure hunt.
Do y'all hear this shit? Listen, and what really happened in the situation is he was in the bathroom trying to keep her out. But look how she tries to say it. Okay, I was in the room, to make it look like hiding from him. And then she tries to say, but he was trying to get in the room, but I was trying to get away from him. And I mean, like, it's like, but, and again, even though she's playing Southern, whatever, I maybe that's why I want to see the movie. It's like the Southern people can smell a pile of shit from a mile away. I don't know what's going on with the world with this umbrella of dumbass has encapsulated so many people. But reputation means something around here. Okay, if somebody's lied to you 10 times, that's not the person you ask to watch your kids. Okay, if somebody has kicked a litter of kittens, you don't ask them to dog sit for you. Okay, we're not stupid down here, and look, you can sense the shit. Look at her. Look at the place I paused. That's perfect. Possession, maybe, I don't know.
Into the room.
Well, listen what she said.
Handle to a Punch and Judy.
Nuts.
Right.
He was trying to get into the door. I was trying into the room. I was trying to escape in. He pushed the door into me, and I was trying to hit him by getting him out of the door.
I was trying to hit him by getting him out of the door, but I was in the room and trying
to stay in the room.
I don't.
Treasure hunt. I'd hidden some puppets at Ghost.
Then how did Desi have that handle?
I just found it. I'm sorry. I feel myself fading.
Can we take a break, please?
No.
She's upset. She's upset.
She's
Clear
not.
that she, yeah.
Watch. Hey, look.
Myself fading.
Can we take a break, please?
Look. She's like, huh? What am I supposed to do now? Give me my lines. What happens when he says we need a break because she's visibly upset? Look at her. And then watch what she does after he says it. Oh my God.
No. She's upset. She's upset.
She's
Clear
not,
that she, yeah, she's crying and she's upset.
That's nuts. Oh, look.
No.
Johnny Depp.
This is super creepy when they play with how that she put her hands on him. She sits there and just smiles about it. Remember, this person's in fear, restraining order, DV, writing op-eds. Look at this shit. I mean, it's creepy.
With a closed fist in the history of your relationship with Johnny.
Answer it how.
Sorry about hitting you with the door, hitting your head. I did not mean to, nor. You don't need to hit me in the head with the door.
And they say she keeps looking over at her attorneys. And it's almost like her attorneys are like, stop smiling.
But you meant to.
She can't help it. She can't help it.
I meant to hit you, and I did not do this thing with the door. I do remember. I did mean to hit you. So that you didn't mean. The door? No, God, no, I didn't. But punching me in the jaw. Okay, I'm sorry.
So on the tape, you tell Johnny Depp that you did mean to hit him.
Objection. That's argumentative.
Do you see her smile at the end? So you did tell Johnny you meant to hit him. Watch her.
Objection. That's argumentative.
I'm telling you. And the 7 people that still support her can't figure out why the damn Caribbean tides of the Pirates of the Caribbean have shifted. Okay. We swam down to the bottom of the ocean. We picked up the pieces of the daggum pearl, and we have swam back up to the top, and we have super glued that bitch back together. Okay.
Flanked by
and I don't know how many thousands of people are standing around that bitch holding it together, but we are, because it's nuts.
security, Amber Heard doesn't try to hide the bruise on her cheek. Neither does her lawyer. You guys, she showed a lot of
courage
today.
today. Amber, I'm going to need you to look to the left. I need you to look to the left so the cameras get that good shot. Nobody's over here. You need to see, but I need you to flip your head over there.
Flanked by security,
Oh, right
Amber
there.
Heard doesn't
Look,
try
you
to
see
hide
it?
the bruise
Okay,
on her
Amber's got
cheek.
it. Perfect.
Neither does her lawyer. You guys, she showed
I'm
a
going
lot.
to show you what I mean by this. Come on, man. There's no, watch this direction. There's this one little camcorder looking thing here. I think there's a camera about right here, but all the other cameras are over here. Watch.
Flanked by security, Amber Heard doesn't try to hide the bruise on her cheek.
No, she sure doesn't. Now watch.
Neither does her lawyer.
Look, there's no one over here. The camera's here.
You guys, she showed a lot of courage today.
It's so hard for me not to make shit jokes when I hear stuff like courage. Oh yeah, this is, by the way, this is the next day. Remember after she did that scene you just saw with all the cameras and the big mark on the side of her face, and that the people in the court would like to tell you that this is her with makeup. By the way, this is Amica cream. If you don't know what Amica cream is, if your leg is severed, unfortunately in an accident, you can rub some of this shit on your stump and you will grow back your limb. It is a miracle drug, because it can take a brown big bruised spot on your cheek and look, next day, bitch is healed. And see, I'm so cool. I'm like, you know what, girl? Elon just texted me. He's giving me 4 Teslas. Like I, She's probably got the extortion letter in her hand now that I think about it. All the shit she told him she wanted, and he said no to. Now I'm going to get 7 million, and I'm going to get to keep it all, and I'm going to tell everybody in the media that I'm giving it to the poor kids. Girl, we're going to Jamaica, man.
Love you, baby.
All right, you can stop pretending now.
I'm not pretending. You are perfect.
Smiling and laughing just 24 hours after accusing the Hollywood star of abuse.
You're a murderer.
I'm a fighter.
Any comments, Amber? Nothing.
Fighting the good fight. They'll destroy you. Neighbors will shun you. And I'll make sure that no one forgets the pain you caused me.
It's not about that. It would not be about me throwing you under the bus. You know what it would be? It would be released through documented people coming on the record and having the protection to do so that haven't had yet.
Like, look, it would be documented. Listen, this shit is still. It does make you feel bad. Imagine actually that all the conversations trying to be had with this person. Documented people coming on the record and having the protection to do so. What do you mean protection? To protect, like they're like somehow like they're in witness protection to testify. What the fuck? And that haven't had yet. What do you mean? To do what? Like protection to do so that haven't had yet. That makes me feel like that sentence alone makes me feel like that a lot of the shit was orchestrated. Haven't yet. So they've just been waiting in the wings?
It would be eyewitness statements. It would be evidence.
Look how she draws up the word. It would be evidence. Like, because he would be shocked that there is any, right? It would be evidence, the stuff that I've got my friends to say, and my unsent emails, and the picture I took of you with the ice cream dripping down the couch.
Eyewitness statements. It would be evidence. Tons of it. And it would be through years.
Years.
And it would be unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. That's a good word. I'm glad she said it twice.
To imagine that either I'm in a secret fake club, or B, I've had
A secret what?
I've had
See, I think that was a Freudian slip right there, because it sounded like she said, I'm in a secret fake club. Fake. Frank Adam King Edward. Fake club. Well, that's true.
Secret fake club. Or B, I've had
Listen.
Imagine that either I'm in a secret fake club,
fake.
Or B, I've had
A secret what?
I've had
he even's like, huh?
A secret fight club, or that I have been plotting to do this for for 3 years, and while taking pictures of it.
Now, again, imagine somebody that's narcissistic telling you exactly what they planned on doing while talking to you. Let this sink in. Or it'd be like, I've been plotting to do this for 3 years while taking pictures. She did. She took pictures of during their whole relationship and secretly recorded it. And she documented it in emails she never sent to anyone. Keep going.
And documenting it, just saving it up for the right time when I'm not.
And so I was just saving it up for the right time when I'm not asking for any money and have no financial. See, this was her plan. Like, people will really believe me if I say I want money and I'm going to donate it all. What a good-hearted person I am. You know why I think she thought of that? She thought of that because of her. She was hoping for the fame that she got off of being this Me Too victim, and because of who he is, that she wouldn't need to. She'd be getting all kinds of acting roles, getting millions of dollars, and being the new Johnny Depp 2.0. Think about that.
Asking for any money and have nothing financial to gain from it. But no one is going to believe that. No one is going to believe that one of the two.
She didn't say it wasn't true. She just said no one's going to believe it. Think about that shit. She didn't say, well, that's ridiculous, Johnny. I would never do that. She said no one's going to believe it. Then said it again. No one's going to believe that one of the two alternatives. Either I'm in a fight club or I've been getting whatever then going.
Two alternatives. Either I'm in a fight.
Freaky.
Do you believe you're an abuser?
Watch. That's a yes or no question, as their attorneys like to say to him during this trial. But watch what she does when he's like, she admitted she's put her hands on it and she's hit him.
Do you believe you abused me physically?
Do I physically believe? Do I believe I
see? She's stumped, and usually when people get stumped, they repeat the question back to you to give them time to try and think of an answer.
Abused you?
Yes.
How quiet she gets.
Do you know I'm 115?
Well, she doesn't say yeah. She just goes to her physical appearance and her size. It does not matter if you're 115 pounds or 415 pounds. But that's where she went. That's where she went. I'm the woman. # me too.
More, but I was 115 pounds. I'm a 115 pound woman, and you're. I have the capacity.
Doesn't matter.
That's not the question. That's not the question.
Have I ever been able to knock you off of your feet?
That's still not an answer. She said, have I ever been able to knock you off your feet? He's asked her if she thinks she's an abuser, and her comeback is, well, have I ever knocked you off your feet? That's telling you, man, this shit's crazy with this movie.
You started these things.
You're going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say she started it? Really?
Notice she didn't say no. She didn't say, well, no, I didn't effing start it, you crazy, blah, blah, blah. She said, you think anybody's going to believe you?
You're going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say she started it? Really?
See?
I have never been able to overpower you. That's the difference between me and you.
Why did you try?
All she thinks she needs to win. That's all she thinks she needs to win is for people to think that she's the woman and he's the man.
and the judge will see is that there is a very big difference between me and you. You can please tell people that it was a fair fight and see what the jury and judge think. Tell the world, Johnny. Tell them, Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp, man, I'm a victim too of domestic violence, and it's a fair fight. And see how many people believe or side with you.
Well, if you I did the video, I'm telling you where I used that exact quote, and I watched two of the largest Twitch streamers on the platform that have not been watching this trial, don't know anything about the case. Literally, what they've done is seen clips off like Law and Crime or some of the compilations people put together, and I highlighted exactly what they thought. And it don't look good for you, mofo. It don't look good for you, old turd herd. It does not look good for you.
Nick and I have been through some bad patches. We've had our dark days, but we thank you so much for supporting us in our new life together, for forgiving Nick. Really, your encouragement means the world.
You have given me so much strength, and I send it back to you. Thank you.
Like even down to the hand.
Amber herself
Again, YouTube, corn syrup.
was arrested for domestic violence a few years back with her partner.
With her domestic partner. And we broke this story this morning on the website, and
Yeah, but before they get to, remember, this is the same people that was all, oh, look what he did years back. Let's simply cut this clip. But by the way, what happened in that situation is that a police officer saw it happen, and that's why she got arrested. They witnessed it, and then they tried to come out and say that the police officer was homophobic because they were two women that had got into it. Amber Heard's like bi. So at this point, she's with a woman, and then come to find out, these idiots, the woman was a lesbian, and they tried to call her homophobic. The officer was a lesbian.
somehow this thing got completely buried. And what happened was she's at the airport with her domestic partner, Tasha Bunry. They're at the airport. According to Tasha, apparently she complained to police about this, and they were there. Tasha got in an argument with Amber. Amber argued back, and
Police witnessed it, saw it go down. That's why they went over there.
Amber then grabbed her arm, hit her arm, broke her pendant, and she got arrested for domestic violence.
Now, I need to take a pause there because he said grabbed her arm, hit her arm, but then broke her pendant. Like he went for the neck. You don't just break a pendant. You've grabbed something. Like there's some shit going down. You break somebody's damn necklace.
Taken to jail, booked, had to spend the night in jail, but ultimately the prosecutor said, hey, you guys are both from California. Let's go back.
So that's why the case got thrown out, basically, is because they were from a different state and the people didn't want to mess with it. Just told them to go back home to California. That's how she got out of that shit. Now, I'm going to talk to this where it just shows their looks change. Her looks changed and Amber Heard's looks changed. Her assistant testified to, like, she studied these, like Amber Heard would study these guys and try to implement what they thought was like their perfect person. So like Amber all dressing up like she's like a Marilyn Monroe, like this look. And look at this, by the way, man, come on, this that kind of fake shit like that. Anyway, and then she turned into like goth looking, like she think Johnny Depp would like. Like, look at this, and then look what they're going to show you. Watch what she goes from that and trying to be all glammed this to this, but dressing very hobo-y, very Johnny Deppy. You know what I mean? Oh. And this was one I had pulled. What's this?
Kiss my cheek.
There was I was sure that you were there. Okay, I'm
No,
my mom.
Now she's been in this movie, so she's sitting down and doing the press junket, right? The tour to promote the movie. And she's sitting down with this woman, and look at her face. Like, look at how, could you imagine having sitting across from this person, the look of like shitty, this, like, look at her. Just look like somebody that's not doing that mocking, condescending, like face at you. Listen.
I was sure that you were there. Okay, I'm
No, I didn't go to Toronto. I was filming my show.
because there was so many other people. Okay, we good? Yeah. Okay. Congratulations, you did a really good job in this, and I was just wondering. I mean, this is a
See
pretty...
that arm shift, eyes softened, like she disarmed herself. Like, okay, well, this person said that I was great, so maybe I can like her. But I'm gonna tell you what's about to happen. What's about to happen is there's some stuff going on behind the scenes over here to the side. And she's about to stop this interview and say, I really need the people coming out the door and shit to stop. I want you to all remember that this is supposed to be an actress. Okay. This person is supposed to be able to sit and read lines and talk to someone in front of them while there's camera people in the background, producers, directors, just people on the set. There are all kinds of shits going over here in the background, but you mean to tell me that you can't make it through a press junket sitting across from an interviewer of some local, like, I don't know, a magazine or a paper or a media outlet or whatever, when you got a group of people over here doing some shit off to the side? So see what I mean? I mean, this is entitlement right here. I need to shut everybody to stop everything they're doing because I'm in the room.
heavy duty script when when you look at it. What was it that kind of resonated with you when you read it, that you wanted to do it?
You know, it's so important. Hold on one second.
No problem.
Courtney, I can't do this if people are coming in and out of the door. It's really distracting. Extremely. Thank you.
Do you want to start it? We'll start it.
Extremely. And remember, this is someone, look at this before I pause it. That's hilarious. Remember, this is supposed to be an actress that's constantly supposed to be able to sit across from someone while shit's going on.
Yeah?
Yes.
Like, okay, smile, smile, smile for the camera. And then, oh, that's the one. That one you just saw is the one where they had her car sent off to be, what's the word I keep looking for? Damn it. What is the word? That's going to frustrate the shit out of me. But yeah, and then she kind of like goes off and starts cussing and stuff. It's embarrassing.
Have you ever had a guys fight over?
Did you see that? Look at her go from smiling. Oh, this whole thing. I had in a. Watch your face shift so quickly. Watch.
This whole thing.
Watch his face.
Have you ever had a
Boom.
guys
Boom.
fight over?
But that red, it kind of just takes you up.
And she even does like the head cock of like the worm has made it to that part of the brain. Like watch.
Have you ever had a guys fight over?
But that red, it kind of just takes you up a notch, and it's like, okay, she's gonna kick my butt, and she could kick my butt if she wanted to.
Well, you know, red hair doesn't make you wanna. I mean, it doesn't make you any more able to kick butt. You can do it in any color hair. Trust me.
Again, I watched that today. I'm glad you all joined me for it. It freaking shit creeped me out. Like I had saw the things with the Gone Girl stuff, and I was like, man, whatever. I was just thinking maybe it was like a Sleeping with the Enemy. That's another really good movie Julia Roberts is in, which is kind of crazy. But along those lines, like, maybe there was something in it, and then I stumbled on that video, and I was just like, actually, I stumbled onto this one I stumbled on that very little short clip and something else. And so I started kind of piecing these things together. I started pulling a bunch of stuff. He showed a lot of it at the end of this one. But then, so that led me into actually this video. And the first video I showed you, the one before this is actually the last one I found. I just kind of try to put it together in a timeline to where it kind of like, was like, maybe make you think, like, holy shit, did she literally wish that she was starring in that movie? Like, I mean, like, the similarities are freaking creepy. If you have anything else that you found that's like this, let me know, because there's so much out there that you can dig up. It's just there's another person. I've dug into another story where a woman like faked her kidnapping and shit. Like there's some weirdos in the world, and they can come from the trailer park or they can come from Hollywood. Okay, it doesn't matter. You all know it. And again, I'm going to shout out the Asmongold thing. I feel like I even maybe need to. I feel like I had regretted not showing that earlier. But hang on a second. Let me see if I might. So I'll give you time and warn you that I'm going to do this. Go ahead and add it to the end of this video because what he said was just so. I don't know. It was so poignant. Okay, so again, I had such regrets and not just go ahead and doing this. I'm going to go ahead and play some of this. I was actually fast forwarding it to do it later on, but Asmongold's reaction to this shit, and I know this is the first time he's seen it, and I love that genuine because I've been so deep into this trial and this story for so long. Again, probably close to 3 years. That it's amazing to see someone learn for the first time. His facial expressions are, to me, worth me trying to play this through so you can watch it. If you don't want to see it or whatever, I'm cool with that. But like, listen, this is somebody for the first time hearing about this case. Listen about this case. Watch his face. This is he gets to the part where he's telling what happened. The morning his finger gets cut off where she hurls a ball at him. It's just, dude, and I'm gonna blow this video up so y'all can see it really well, but it's just hilarious.
Where the bar was situated and where Miss Heard was. So if I could show you, so if this is the bar where the glass was.
Hey, by the way, he's away from that mic, so that's why it's so low. I can't do anything about it.
The bottles. This was the bar, and I'm sitting here.
And he's reading look at his chat over flying by. He has read it, like that's why he knew the third part was coming up. He was watching his chat, put stuff in there about it. Like this chat also said she cut his finger off.
In the chair, looking at her. First bottle went, then I got the other bottle shot. Takes the second bottle, which is the larger one. I'm in this position again, and my hand is on the edge of the bar, like that, you know, leaning over, the fingers like that, and she threw the large bottle, and it made contact and shattered everywhere.
Jesus Christ!
And I honestly didn't feel the pain at first at all. I felt no pain whatsoever. What I felt was, I felt heat. I felt heat, and I felt
up in the blood, yeah.
As if something were dripping down my hand, you know. And then I looked down and realized that the tip of my finger had been severed, and I was looking directly at my bones sticking out, and the meaty portion of the inside of your finger, the
cartilage,
and blood was just pouring out, and at that point, I
like, look at his face. Asmongold's face in this is hilarious.
I think that I went into some sort of, I don't know what a nervous breakdown feels like, but that's probably the closest that I've ever been. Nothing made sense.
Yeah, I bet.
And I knew in my mind and in my heart, this is not life.
Yeah, I bet it's not.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
God fucking damn, bro. Like, holy shit. How's she not in jail? I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, that's nuts. He's suing for 50 million defamation. She said in an article that he abused her, lost his roles. I know that. Yeah, I fucking know that. That's nuts, man. Like, that's absolutely fucking nuts. Female privilege? I don't know about that. I feel like there's a lot of people there. Like, I feel like if you're rich, you don't really go to jail. Like,
and now he's about to get in the part where he talks about how men deal with this kind of crap and nobody takes it seriously. It doesn't matter who's doing it. The man's usually always the one that's blamed.
I mean, that's not really like, that's not really what happens, right? Like, poor people go to jail, rich people, they don't really go to jail. I mean, like, that's just not how the world works. And so that's what the difference is. And now he's suing her. Good. Yeah, pull the reverse card. I love to see it. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. It's nuts to see this kind of crazy shit, man. And and is this vocal abuse is different than mental and physical? Yeah, it was only hearing half the story right now. I'm sure Johnny Depp was an asshole to her in some ways. Yeah, absolutely. Like, yeah, that's the way it goes. I mean, all this stuff is like never completely one-sided, but, you know, it sure seems like it's going in one direction. What do you think will happen? I mean, I don't know.
Well, and again, remember, this guy is like, he's just learned about all this stuff now, real time. It is crazy.
I think that I feel like there's a lot of guys out there, and like, this is the facts, right? There's a lot of guys out there that this is probably the most therapeutic thing that's happened to them. Like, this is better than therapy for them to see this trial happen. Because like I said about friends of mine, like Jeff, for example, it's like his girlfriend hit him, and then the cops show up, and guess who's in the car? Jeff's in the car. And it's like, guys see this, and they've been in this position before, right? And like, a lot of times, like, cops will just assume that you're the guy in the wrong, right? And I mean, like, to be fair, there's a lot of statistics that say a lot of times, like, listen, who was it? Was it Chris Rock that made the joke about guys always joke about their crazy girlfriends? The reason why girlfriends never joke about crazy boyfriends is because they're dead. Yeah, so I get it. I get it. But at the same time, it's just people should be treated the same way. Yeah, I think it was Chris Rock. Yeah, there he goes. And Donald Glover, maybe it was. I forgot. I forgot what it was. But anyway, all I'm saying, right, is that you know, guys do bad shit all the time too. But like, I think that there's like an assumption of guilt with like a guy whenever this happens, and I feel like a lot of guys have had this happen with a girl before. And so seeing this trial is very very cathartic for them, for sure.
So see what he's saying? He's saying that this trial for a lot of men, you know, hopefully will be helpful, because they're watching this really high profile Hollywood star, you know, fight, kind of push back, because there is a lot of men. If you have men in your life, if you have a brother, if you have male friends, shit, go talk to a couple of your male neighbors if you don't believe me. You know what? Screw that. If you're a woman, you have friends that have done this shit, or like are half nuts, that like blame, or no, I don't know, controlling, or they get jealous real easy, or they don't trust a man as far as they can spit. I give you an example, like here in the South, you know, I have to use those because that's what, like, say a guy wants to go on a fishing trip with his buddies, you know, or know what, let's do hunting is better, because a lot of times we'll go like on hunt trips, right? Be gone for a weekend. I have seen women be like, blow a dude's phone up, and he didn't answer within like 30 minutes or an hour, or call her back, and she's fit to be freaking tied. And he calls her back. We're like, well, listen, babe, my phone was in my room on the charger. No, well, you don't need to have your phone on the charger. It needs to be by your side. So in case I call, I'm like, whoa, are y'all in a relationship? Like, if you can't trust a guy that far to like be able to go for a couple days with some friends and not be at your beck and call, you need to do some self-help here. Like, you need to get yourself in a good spot before you drag him down to hell with you. And you know exactly what I mean. And I'm not saying that there's not guys out there that can, I'm not talking about dudes. We all know that there's bad guys we can trouble, blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about women know what I'm talking about. And I think that's why women that are sitting in reality and have seen what's happened in this case, like speaking for myself, you hear how like that nitpicking, condescending, who's gonna believe you? Oh, you poor little baby. I mean, come on, women. We all know that women can be hateful, manipulative, backstabbing. We've all seen them. If we ain't had a friend like that, we've had a family member like that, or we know that asshole in the neighborhood, or that chick at the club that would sit there and act like that. You know what I'm talking about. Women do the shit.
Something mental abuse. My ex-girlfriend definitely heard to speak up about the societal idea that men should be strong and can't be victims of abuse. Yeah, I've seen this before, and like even I'll see like women that say this. They're like, oh well, you know, like why can't he just defend himself? Like be a man. That's just so. That's so disgusting, man. And like guys say it too, by the way. It's not like this is a girl only thing. Like guys perpetuate this shit a whole lot. It's just so disgusting, man. It really is. Watch the thumbnail on this cutter video. It's audio tape of her beating on him. I don't want to watch that, man. Like fuck that. And Amber's parents are legit on Johnny's side. It sucks, man. Like it just fucking sucks. Be a man gets you jailed for 10 years. Well, I mean, I don't want to get into it, right? But like, I mean, Jeff's a bodybuilder. Like he's like 6'1", 6'2", right? And like, so if there's an altercation with a girl, they're going to assume that he's the kind of guy that's going to be causing the problems. You know what I mean? And so it's just, it sucks, man. It really does. Little girl in the hospital asked what happened to his finger. What you're describing right now is toxic masculinity. His expectations be held up by men and women. I mean, sure. I feel like all these terms like toxic masculinity, you know, like a lot of these like terms people use all the time are they're so watered down and they're so weaponized and like everybody uses them in like different ways, and it's like there's like no like determined thing. Like the toxic masculinity, like yes, it's true, it's like a buzzword, right? Like yeah, you're right, but I don't like using the term because I feel like it's just like people hear that term, and like for me, I hear that term, my brain turns off. I'm like, this is just bullshit, right? It's just some bullshit. Because it's just like the idea that like men are somehow at fault for this or whatever. But I agree. I do fundamentally agree. I think that it's toxic. I don't like the male or female aspect of it, but I believe that it's toxic. Absolutely. You want the Ackman video? Yeah. We saw.
Yeah, well, and that's exactly what everybody should be. I can get on board with what he just said. I'm so sick of like, listen, the same people, I watched it happen. The same people that will go on freaking Twitter and hashtag toxic masculinity are the same freaking people that went on Twitter and was like, oh, look, Will Smith stood up for his wife. That's what he was doing. I'm pausing for dramatic effect. It doesn't happen. Yeah. So stick with it. So, you know, like the amount of water sliding these people will do. If you don't know that metaphor, I don't know what to tell you. But like, it's like, ooh, downward slope, whoop heel, downward slope, whoop heel. You know what I mean? It's like, that's how their morals go. They can change it as the wind blows, as to whatever situation they want to agree with or disagree with. It's like, I don't know. There's toxic men and there is definitely toxic women. So we can use that term for both sexes. I don't need to freaking hear you pick and choose which term you want to use to conveniently with whatever situation you're currently supporting.
We saw. I'll look at that in a bit, okay? And I have toxic masculinity, but it can't be you're on your period, bro. Shut up. Like, why are you bringing this shit in here, man? Like, that's not even what we're talking about. Like, shut up. Like, that's got nothing to do with it. That's like toxic Chad unity. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, that's got nothing to do with it. Turned it into something that it's not. But yeah, I do think that it's true, and I hope that this trial sheds a light on it, and people can see how somebody. And it's like the thing is, like a lot of guys, I've seen guys that they get in a relationship with a crazy girl, and this girl just slowly. It's like the guy is a cookie, and the girl is an ant, and after a year or so, the cookie is gone. You know what I mean? Like, it takes a while. It's not like it happens immediately, but after a while, it happens. You know? And it's just so depressing, man. Like I've had like there was a girlfriend I had that was crazy. It wasn't his.
That's it. I think this is not what people the majority of these people, like Amber Heards of the world, or they live in the Kim Kardashian world. These people live in a bubble. Like I watched a video earlier. I mean, I wrote a paragraph to comment underneath. It was like this chick that went, like, literally the title of her video was something like, if you don't like Coachella, you're boring. And I don't know why it showed up in my feed. I mean, I'm researching all this. I don't know. Maybe they said, here, let's sling her a Hail Mary, see if she bites. Well, I bit. And I started watching this video. Within 5 minutes, I typed out a paragraph down below. I was like, what in the hell is this? Like, I hope that people aren't watching this shit and thinking this is some kind of reality, because this is like reality TV. It was some chick, I'm probably 30 years old, late 20s. I'd say 30 because I saw that Tana Mojay, whatever her damn name is, the one that won Streamer of the Year a couple years ago. I had something to say about that too. The one that was taking damn drugs in her YouTube videos and get Streamer of the Year. Yeah, that's a whole nother story. And like, I have got so much shit pulled from these streamers of where they'll lie to their audience. I'll see they've lied. I can pull the lie out and show you they've lied. And they'll say that, look, leaked DMs. The only people that had the DMs were the two damn creators. Nobody leaked it except one of those two. But they put it out to their audience like, oh my gosh, somebody got a hold of these DMs that were privately in their damn Discord. Whatever. I mean, again, where I'm from, we smell a turd, it's a turd. Okay, we don't smell a turd and be like, oh, I wonder where the roses are planted. All right, come on. But like, I saw this video and it was like, look, I'm in my Louis Vuitton pants with my Chanel top and my $7,000 hairpins. Like, it was like, what the fuck is going on? Please tell me no little like young girls are watching this shit. Please tell me. But that is the society. What society to me has become is this: I need to be this shape, like I need to wear these shoes, I need to have this many subs, I need to have this many. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's probably life maybe in LA, and maybe like some of that shit happens in like New York, and like even in the bigger cities, like maybe like Atlanta or Chicago. But think about what I just said there. Do you think that makes up America? Do you think the people around my house give a shit whether you're wearing Chanel jogger pants? No. The dude across from me brings out his mule every daggum Saturday and rides off with it pulled up on his trailer and goes off trail riding, which to me is my idea of fun. And I guarantee you I'm not wearing $2,000 shoes to go mud. Okay? Like, that's to me fun stuff. If you're concerned about how many likes you get, what your Instagram post looks like, you're photoshopped yourself out of reality. And what I mean, photoshopped yourself out of reality, you know what I mean. Like, you look at these people on their Instagram post and then you catch somebody get a live shot of them and be like, who the hell is that? Oh, that's that chick. That's Tina Fey over there, on Instagram. Be like, no, that's not. Oh, yeah, it is. No, it's not. Oh, honey, she photoshops her pictures. That's not Photoshop. That's called fakery. If you don't look anything like what you post up as your pictures, you ain't, I mean, that's defamation to me. Like, no. That's another name for catfishing. Y'all can come up with a term. I don't know what it is, but y'all know what I mean. But I watched this chick do this freaking video and I was like, oh, she's like, oh my God, we had to wait like an hour for our wristbands. Oh, I about died. Look, if you don't know what it means, God forbid you think of what it means to serve in the military or maybe actually have to go out and get a job. My God, I cannot imagine you working at the Starbucks. You're complaining that it took 5 extra minutes for you to get your non-fat latte. Like, again, these people are not living in reality. And if your children are watching that content, I hope you as parents or you as an older sister or whoever you are watching this, I hope to God that you pull them off to the side and be like, that's not reality. Okay. Remember in high school, that clique of mean girls, the clueless bunch, what was that cheerleading movie? Bring It On, that clique, the jocks and the preppy chicks or whatever, that clique of people that acted like they only shared space with people they cared to share their air with. They don't mean shit when you get out of school. Okay, those people don't matter once you get out of school. They shouldn't matter in school, but they surely don't matter outside of it. They are the assholes. They are the assholes. Think about how many people aren't in their group. Those are the real folks. Those are the people that are superficial and fake. You know what I mean? Don't damn watch them on YouTube. Don't give them the views. Go watch somebody that's nice to their parents and has a boyfriend that looks normal or average, or maybe even a little overweight. Watch a girl that'll cook in a kitchen and eat more than a piece of lettuce. She'll actually eat a hamburger. Go watch her. I don't know. Okay, I'm just look at the tangent I went on just because he's bringing this shit up. Sorry.
So stop. But like there was, and it's so stressful, man. And I remember, the thing about like the Johnny fucking laughing at the thing is, I remember I had a moment like that where like this girl was just
relatable. This is what XQC said. He was being relatable unintentionally. And look, he just said, I remember when I was in
fucking going, like, I'm talking about like, you know how like there are different bosses that have like different types of enrage timers, and there's like some that like, do like an AoE kill everybody, but there's some bosses that like they like do like 200% attack speed and like 500% damage. Well, like this is the kind of enrage timer that she was on, right? And it's like not even just for like a second, it's like a 10-minute duration. And so like she's talking about like, I'm talking about like a fucking massive fucking enrage timer, like going ape shit. And about halfway through the fucking boss fight here, I'm realizing to myself,
he's talking in gamer terms, and I'm sure some of you get it, but if you don't, he's talking. He's a gamer. He's a streamer. He does this reaction content. A lot of these guys, they play video games, so they talk in stream terms.
The fucking boss fight here. I'm realizing to myself, holy fuck, I can't fix her. This is above my. This is. Oh my God. And I thought it was kind of funny. And I thought to myself, even while we were talking, I'm like, man, I got to see what Zach's doing. I got to hang out with some of my friends, man. This is fuck this shit. I'm immediately like losing interest in this. I don't even care anymore. I get to finally move on with my life. It's like, I'm ready to just call this raid right now. Let's go. I'm under geared for this shit. Man. And so I had a moment like that too. I think a lot of you guys have any of y'all had that same thing happen? And like girls too, like this happened, like you're with a guy and like this guy is just fucking nuts, and then like finally he gets mad because you're going out with like a short sleeve shirt on, and you just like, okay, this is like once, yeah, and like hope it doesn't stay more than that. Yeah, that's some fucking scary shit, ain't it? That's some motherfucking scary shit. Like, yeah, break your shit for no reason. I never had to deal with that, but it's too much.
That's another break your shit for no reason. Come on now.
And acts like that would hit me all the time. I ended up in jail because of it. Isn't that some shit, man? I just like, I saw this, like, where's the thing where he said he had never even seen the movie? He said he never even seen the movie. Says look at this. He never even seen the movie. Like, I don't even know I believe this shit, man. He never even watched his own movie, doesn't watch his own movies yet. Oh my God.
That's probably how he's managed to stay so kind of humble. Because I'm going to say it again, if you're new here, and this is the first one you stumbled on or whatever, I've done a few. I put a lot of work into my videos. Like you watch my Will Smith, when I actually listened to a lot of that man's own book he wrote. I mean, that's how I figured out he'd had a history of just beating the shit out of people. Okay. And so it matters to me to try and figure this stuff out. Like I do watch a lot of people's content if I'm going to talk about them. I really try to. And so I think that's how he's managed to stay humble. And again, I think that's why he's had a team of people around him. You're talking, couple decades. Like I said, his housekeeper's been with him for 30 years. The security guy was with him for over 20. Jerry, that again, the guy that died of cancer, Lord rest his soul, a couple years ago, and then like the guy that was on the stand that been with the LAPD or something. He'd been with him for like almost 20 years. The guy right under him that Jerry guy brought in has been with him for like 17, 18 years. I mean, this dude, his sister is like his manager, his sister. So like again, if you like Winona Ryder dated him for like 3 or 4 years when he was really, really young, and she's wrote for him as a character witness, saying that he was always gentle and kind and she felt safe around him. His ex, the mother of his children, he was with for 14 years, that he basically everybody fathomed that he left her for old Amber, because of the timing or whatever. But she stands in his corner. Like, I'm just saying, like even Amber's own assistant testified on Johnny Depp's behalf. I mean, it's like, if he's been in Hollywood for all these decades. He's been in movie sets. There's a story about him. I wish I could find it. I wonder if I bookmarked it. I'll read you one in a second. I'll let him finish, and I will finish with that thing.
How did the film ultimately turn out in your view?
I didn't see it, but I believe that the film. Well, I mean, the film did pretty well apparently, and they wanted to keep going, making more, and I was.
Sorry.
Says he didn't watch his own video, so he had to pump up the volume.
I didn't see it.
Oh, now I'm too pumped up. Pump
But
up the volume.
I
Dance.
believe that the film.
Too old.
Well,
That
I
gives away
mean, the
my age.
film did pretty well apparently, and they wanted to keep
Did we
going.
watch the whole trial? No.
It was in. So once you know a character better
Edited
than
version
the
where
writers,
it's basically a clown.
that's when you.
I'll look at it after this.
You have to.
Now,
Oh
you
my
mentioned that-
god, bro! Like that. There's precedent. Yeah, a lot of actors don't. So like, yeah, like
Initially, the
there's precedent.
Disney folks were somewhat upset.
Now,
Oh
you
my
mentioned that-
god, bro! Like that's a. Do you watch your own videos? Yeah, I mean sometimes like man, I'll tell you guys something. Man.
He says he gets so bored he
I'm
has
out.
to watch his own content.
You'd agree with that, right?
No, I'll sustain the objection.
Okay. Okay. Well, then let's do this. So is it your testimony that right after you cut your finger off, that you, or right after, I won't give you anything to argue with me yet, right after you sustained an injury to your finger,
Sorry.
that you, right after you sustained an injury to your finger, is it your testimony that you did not ask for cocaine and ecstasy right after you told the doctor about your finger injury? Is that your testimony?
Regardless of what date you believe works within the world time zone, I don't believe that someone who has gone through
Kind of the gist of it.
opiate dependency, who has opiate does, your body no longer needs to make the dopamine or the serotonin. The dopamine and serotonin.
Doing volume battles.
It's
Sounds fair.
Cocaine and ecstasy. You were asking for coke. It's entirely possible that you were asking for cocaine and ecstasy.
Objection.
Yes or
calls for
no?
Speculation.
Sounds fair.
I'll
I mean, if I just got my finger cut off, I would want cocaine too.
Really need Whitey's more.
That's why I fast forward and let that play, because they're not doing what they think they're doing. They're trying to push and betray him as being this massive drug addict, which then they're trying to translate into somehow that makes him a violent person to another human being. Like he was a Hollywood actor. Him doing drugs is not shocking anybody.
Whitey's stuff is
man, fuck.
Yes, it's a reference to cocaine, but that doesn't. There's nothing here that says that I ingested the drug.
Not saying
God
that is, but
damn.
you were asking for more cocaine and you were asking for more ecstasy, correct?
I wasn't asking for More ecstasy. I was asking for ecstasy because that was what I was requested by Miss Hurd.
Let's take a look at the UK transcript.
I wasn't asking for more. Yeah, sure.
Okay, that's hang on a second. Okay, well, I couldn't find it, but instead, the story was like a woman that I think I told this before, worked on a person worked on a crew, and he remembered the names of just like gaffes and like members of the crew that nobody pays attention to. But in the process, I saw this. This is pretty funny. It's on. Somebody brought this TikTok over to Twitter.
Sorry that I'm late. I have your opening statement. An opening what? Your opening statement. Just 1 second, Your Honor. Hey, did you write an opening statement? What? No, of course not. Well, I didn't. Be so kind as to read the text message that was sent to Miss Hurd in 2008. You're acting like a real pee-pee poo-poo head. A pee-pee poo-poo head. No further questions, Your Honor. It's Johnny Depp. My friends are never going to believe this. How exactly did the pirate ship just come into your possession back in 2003? That was for a movie that I was in. A movie, he says. The point that I was trying to make, Your Honor, is how can his finger be cut off if they're made of scissors? I have no further questions. Am I drunk? No. Are you drunk? Objection, Your Honor. Hearsay. Objection. Hearsay.
Okay, and then this happened apparently. It says everyone STFU, you know what that is. Listen right now. This girl went to the Fairfax courthouse after Milani Cosmetics debunked Amber's lies and informed Johnny's lawyers about it. They told her to email them the info. Y'all, this might prove. This is, remember the cosmetic. I did a video on it at the end of the video where her attorneys at the beginning of their opening statement said that she'd been carrying this cosmetic thing around in her purse to cover up her bruises. Where it came out, the cosmetic company came out and said that the damn thing wasn't even produced until a year later. And so she went all the way to the courthouse. Tell the attorneys, you go, girl.
All right, so I'm here
Here she
at
is.
the Fairfax County Courthouse.
Tell me.
All right.
Boost the volume up. This is pretty good, and then we'll end on this.
So I'm here at the Fairfax County Courthouse. It says it on there. There we go. Don't know how I'm going to find his attorneys, but we're going to go and we're going to try. Civil courtroom assignment, second floor. I think that's where we'll be going. All right, I'm on the elevator and we are going to room 210.
I'll just say, instead of his supporters throwing flyers out in the parking lot, putting them on vehicles, they actually do the responsible thing and go themselves to talk to the appropriate people and not try and influence the jury.
Here's where the judges' chambers are. I don't know if I'm even allowed to go there, but we're walking. Room 210, judges' chambers. Oh, apparently I went to the wrong floors. Oh, floor 3, here we come. All right, going to the judges' chambers. So, not on the 3rd floor, but I was just told Judge Penny's on the 5th floor. I'm hoping his attorneys are still here, so we're about to find out. I am currently in the waiting room of the judge's chambers, waiting for somebody to help me, but nobody's here. Judge, and that is her attorney. So I'm going to be waiting. I'll hold it.
I think that was pretty amazing. All right, with that, this is going to be a long one. Thanks for hanging around, guys. And I've told you, I've been paying attention, watching this trial every day from beginning to end. And that's probably why you're going to see a lot more to do with this. And if you want to see something else, you can put it down in the comments. But I'm going to be honest, if I see anything else to cover here, I'm probably going to do it. All right, thanks for hanging out. I know it was a long one. Have a good one. Take care, guys. See you next time.